The sun dipped low over the rolling hills of Portland, Oregon, casting a golden glow through the expansive windows of Lauren Mitchell's modern single-story home. At 28, Lauren, a rising architect, stood in the heart of her dream house, a masterpiece crafted from locally sourced cedar. With sleek lines, an open-plan living area, and a study that was her personal sanctuary. Every detail, from the polished hardwood floors to the skylights flooding the space with natural light, was a testament to her 5 years of relentless hard work, scrimping every paycheck, and navigating a hefty mortgage. This house wasn't just a home, it was her greatest triumph. A symbol of her grit and vision. Lauren had poured her soul into preparing for the housewarming party, envisioning a night of laughter and pride with her family, her father, Robert, her mother, Clara, and her younger sister, Megan. She spent days perfecting every dish, from rosemary roasted lamb to her signature lemon tart, imagining their faces lighting up with awe. But when they arrived, the air felt heavy. No warm smiles greeted her, only strained expressions. Lauren, ever the optimist, brushed it off as travel fatigue and kept her tone bright, raising a glass for a toast. As the clink of glasses faded, Robert's voice cut through the room, low and serious. Lauren, we need to talk. She set her wine glass down, forcing a smile. About the house? What do you think? But the eyes that met hers in the living room held no warmth. Clara fidgeted, avoiding her gaze. Megan slouched on the couch, arms crossed, her stare icy. Robert cleared his throat, a bitter edge to his smile. This place is something else. Lauren, top-notch design, just what I'd expect from an architect. Her heart swelled at the praise. Thanks, Dad. 5 years of saving every dime went into this. But his next words stopped her cold. Don't you think it's a bit much for one person? Lauren's smile faltered. One person? I designed it with the future in mind. Maybe a family someday. Megan scoffed, her voice sharp. A family? You're 28, Lauren, and you don't even have a boyfriend. The words stung like a slap. Lauren had chosen her career over relationships, but she never expected it to be weaponized. You're living the high life while we're struggling. Megan spat. That's not true. Lauren protested. I've always said you're welcome to visit anytime. Visit? Robert's voice trembled with anger. Are we just guests to you? We're your blood. Confusion swirled in Lauren's mind. Guests? What are you saying? Megan stood, her tone biting. Face it, Lauren, Mom, Dad, and I are stuck in a tiny apartment. We need space. Lauren blinked, stunned. Megan, you chose to stay home. If you want a bigger place, you could. We don't have the money. Megan snapped. Not everyone's raking it in like you. Do you even know how hard it's been for us? Lauren's world tilted. She knew little about Megan's job, but her sister always wore designer clothes and flashy jewelry. She'd assumed Megan was fine. Mom and Dad are getting older. Megan pressed. That cramped apartment stresses them out. As the eldest, it's your job to take care of them. Robert nodded gravely. A chill ran through Lauren. This conversation felt rehearsed, like a trap closing around her. What exactly do you mean by, take care of them? She asked cautiously. Clara finally spoke, her voice heavy. We want to live here. Lauren's heart pounded. Robert rose, towering over her. Get out of this house. The words hit like a punch. What? This is my house. I designed it. I paid for it. Clara's eyes dropped. You're alone. Lauren, you can live anywhere. Megan smirked. I'm taking that study for my room. It's perfect. Lauren's mind reeled. Her family was trying to claim her home, the one she'd poured her life into. Before she could process it, Megan bolted upstairs to Lauren's bedroom. Moments later, Lauren's clothes, books, and cherished architectural sketches rained down onto the front lawn. Stop it, she screamed, rushing toward the stairs, but Robert blocked her path. Your stuff's outside. Leave now. His final words were a knife to her heart. You're no longer part of this family. Trembling, Lauren gathered her scattered belongings under the watchful eyes of neighbors. She couldn't speak, couldn't explain, stuffing everything into her car. She drove away, the truth sinking in. Her family had shown their true colors. 3 days later, holed up in a friend's apartment, Lauren's phone rang. The screen read, Pacific Trust Bank. The lender for her mortgage. Ms. Mitchell, we have an urgent issue. The representative said, tension in his voice. A request was made to add co-owners to your loan. Did you submit this? Her blood ran cold. Co-owners? I didn't authorize anything. The bank confirmed her signature was forged, with Robert listed as the primary applicant, claiming her full consent. The scheme had started 6 months ago, a temporary residency request, then co-ownership, and finally a bid to transfer the deed entirely. Fury and betrayal churned in Lauren's gut. She accessed her home's discreet security system, installed as a precaution and never mentioned to her family. The footage was damning. 3 weeks before the eviction, Robert, Clara, and Megan had used spare keys to enter her home. Megan measured the study, plotting its conversion. Robert and Clara discussed rearranging the master bedroom as if it were theirs. Worst of all, they rifled through Lauren's desk, poring over her mortgage papers, deed, and ownership documents. They hadn't seen her as family, they'd seen her as a mark. Tears streamed down Lauren's face. But beneath the sorrow, a fire ignited. She contacted utility providers, cutting off water, electricity, and gas, all in her name. The next day, Robert called, furious. Lauren, what the hell? Cutting off the utilities? She kept her voice steady. You're trespassing in my home. Care to explain the forged documents at the bank? Panic cracked his bravado. You're reporting your own family? He stammered. You planned this for 6 months. Lauren shot back. The bank has your name. Robert. Silence followed. Talk to my lawyer, she said, hanging up. The fight for her home had just begun. The rain pattered against the windows of Lauren Mitchell's temporary refuge, a friend's cramped apartment in downtown Portland, Oregon. The 28-year-old architect sat hunched over her laptop, replaying the chilling security footage from her dream home. A modern single-story haven she'd built with 5 years of savings and a mortgage. The images of her father, Robert, mother, Clara, and younger sister, Megan, sneaking into her house, rifling through her private documents, and plotting to seize her property burned in her mind. But the call from Pacific Trust Bank 3 days ago had revealed the depth of their betrayal, forged signatures, a 6-month scheme to steal her home, and a plan to transfer the deed. Lauren's tears had dried, replaced by a simmering resolve. She wasn't just fighting for her house, she was fighting for her life. Determined to uncover the truth, Lauren hired Paul, a seasoned private investigator with a reputation for digging up secrets others buried deep. Within a week, Paul delivered a report that laid bare the desperation driving her family's betrayal. Robert, her father, had been investigated for embezzlement at his accounting firm the previous year. The scandal cost him a promotion and slashed his salary, leaving him scrambling to maintain appearances. Megan, meanwhile, was drowning in $30 of gambling debt, hounded by shady lenders who sent threatening texts at all hours. Lauren's home, recently appraised at $450, was their golden ticket out of financial ruin. They saw your success as their salvation, Paul said, his voice tinged with sympathy. They knew you'd never agree to hand over the house, so they planned to take it. But the most shocking revelation came from an unexpected source. Lauren's phone buzzed with a call from an unknown number. Lauren, it's me, a trembling voice said, no modulator this time. It was Clara, her mother. Lauren's heart raced. Mom, you sent that recording? The audio file, delivered anonymously days earlier, had captured Robert and Megan plotting to forge Lauren's signature and sell her home. Clara's voice broke. Yes, I recorded them. I was against it from the start. But Robert threatened me. He said if I didn't go along, he'd pin it on me as an accomplice. Lauren's hands shook as Clara confessed. Robert's financial troubles began a year ago, compounded by co-signing Megan's gambling debts. The plan to seize Lauren's house started as a suggestion to move in but morphed into a calculated heist. I was terrified, Clara sobbed, but I couldn't let them destroy you. So I recorded everything, hoping it would help. Lauren's emotions churned, betrayal, anger, but also a flicker of gratitude for her mother's courage. Why didn't you tell me? She asked. Clara's voice cracked. Robert watched my every move. I had to play along. But seeing your pain that day nearly broke me. Lauren realized Clara had been a victim too. Trapped by fear. Thank you, Mom, she said softly. You saved me. She decided then to spare Clara in the legal battle ahead, focusing her fight on Robert and Megan. With the evidence piling up, security footage, forged bank documents, and Clara's damning recording, Lauren turned to Nathan, a veteran real estate attorney known for dismantling fraud cases. His office, lined with law books and framed victories, felt like a fortress. This is airtight, Nathan said, reviewing the files. Document forgery, unlawful intrusion, and conspiracy. We'll hit them with everything. Their strategy was threefold: an emergency injunction to bar Robert and Megan from the property, a criminal complaint for forgery, and a civil suit for damages. Lauren felt a spark of hope. But the weight of her family's deception lingered. Days later, another call came from the unknown number. Clara's voice was steady now. I'm testifying for you, Lauren. I can't undo what I did. But I can make this right. Her mother's bravery steeled Lauren's resolve. She wasn't just reclaiming her home, she was reclaiming her dignity. The trial loomed like a storm over Portland's courthouse. On the day of the hearing, Lauren sat beside Nathan, her heart pounding as the evidence was presented. The security footage played on a courtroom screen, showing Robert and Megan sneaking into her home, measuring rooms, and rifling through her desk. The bank's handwriting expert confirmed the forged signatures. Clara's recording echoed through the room. Robert's voice cold and calculating. Lauren's house is worth $450. We sell it. We're free. Megan's reply was chilling. She's an architect. She'll just build another one. Clara's testimony was the turning point. Tears streamed down her face as she faced the judge. I was against it, but my husband threatened to report me as an accomplice. I recorded them to protect my daughter. Her voice broke as she added, Lauren did nothing wrong. Paul, the pie, took the stand next, detailing Robert's embezzlement scandal and Megan's gambling debts, painting a picture of desperation and greed. Nathan's closing argument was a thunderclap. The defendants exploited Lauren's love for her family to steal her life's work. This is not just fraud, it's a betrayal of trust. The gavel fell, and the ruling was a landslide victory. Robert and Megan were ordered to pay $80 in damages for emotional distress, temporary housing, and legal fees. A restraining order barred them from coming within 1.500 feet of Lauren's home. The courtroom air felt lighter, but Lauren's heart was still heavy. Justice had been served, but the scars remained. 6 months later, the fallout was stark. Robert, exposed by the lawsuit, was forced to resign from his firm and now scraped by on part-time jobs. Megan, battling her gambling addiction, worked tirelessly to repay her debts. Lauren felt no satisfaction in their downfall, only a quiet acknowledgement that they'd reaped what they sowed. She cut all contact, choosing peace over forgiveness. Some wounds don't heal, she told herself, but I don't need to carry their weight. With Clara, however, a fragile bridge began to form. They met monthly at a cozy cafe, rebuilding not as mother and daughter but as equals, bound by respect and honesty. I'm so sorry I couldn't protect you, Clara said, her eyes misty. Lauren squeezed her hand. You did, Mom. You gave me the truth. Clara's therapy sessions, which she shared openly, were helping her heal too. Their bond, though scarred, grew stronger with each meeting. Back in her neighborhood, the tide of public opinion shifted. The lies Robert and Megan spread, claiming Lauren had abandoned them, crumbled as the trial's outcome spread. Neighbors rallied around her. The Wilsons across the street brought homemade cookies, saying, "We saw what they did that day. You didn't deserve it." Mrs. Carter next door offered, "If you need anything, Lauren, we're here." The community's warmth wrapped around her like a blanket, restoring her sense of home. To erase the traces of betrayal, Lauren renovated her house. She repainted the study in soft sage green, replaced the living room furniture with cozy mid-century pieces, and transformed her bedroom into a serene retreat with crisp linens and warm lighting. The house felt new, a fresh canvas for a new chapter. At her architectural firm, Lauren channeled her experience into a bold new project, designing homes with legal safeguards against family disputes. "No one should lose their home like I almost did," she told her colleagues, her voice steady with purpose. The greatest transformation, though, was within Lauren. She learned that family isn't defined by blood but by love, respect, and mutual support. Her chosen family grew, friends from college, colleagues, and neighbors who showed up without ulterior motives. Every first Saturday, she hosted dinners in her home, filled with laughter, shared stories, and genuine connection. No one coveted her space or schemed against her. They simply celebrated her. A year after the ordeal, Lauren stood in her study, sunlight streaming through the skylight. Letters from Robert and Megan occasionally arrived, pleading for forgiveness, but she left them unanswered. Reconciliation wasn't possible, not after such a betrayal. Yet, she harbored no hatred. They have their lives, she thought, and I have mine. Her home, once a battleground, was now a sanctuary of peace and love, built on the foundation of her chosen family. Lauren's journey from betrayal to triumph taught her the power of boundaries and the true meaning of family. She thrived as an architect, her designs now carrying a deeper purpose. Surrounded by those who truly cared, her home, and her heart, had never felt fuller.